Bored. Bored. I am bored. I am so bored right now. Infinitely bored.
If you're so bored, why don't you go outside? I think I'm going to go outside today. Thanks for your thoughts on my mind.
12 seconds later.
What happened out there? Oh yeah, it's 2020. What am I supposed to do now if I can't go anywhere? I guess I could talk about stupid video games for a while. But what stupid video game am I supposed to talk about right now? If only Sonic had an adventure! Back in the 90s, Sega was moving on from the Sega Master System. They were moving to the next generation for them and felt like Alex Kidd could no longer cut it as their poster boy and decided they wanted a new mascot. Sonic became that mascot for Sega and it managed to directly compete with Nintendo, and on some occasions they won. See, kids, just because someone's a laughingstock now doesn't mean they always were. If only that applied to me, though. So naturally, with all the success and popularity of the Sega Genesis, they wanted to move to the next console generation for the time, and came out with the Sega Saturn. And with Sonic as their mascot, naturally the Saturn got a Sonic game on it. Right? To be fair, Sega did try making a Sonic game for the console, and it was pretty ambitious, especially for the time, because it was supposed to be the first 3D Sonic game, especially when 2D was still common. And with this on the console, there's no way Sonic could lose. Finally! The first 3D Sonic game! Hold on. Dear loser, the development suffered setback and the game was cancelled. Sincerely, Anonymous Guy. Dang it. So the Sega Saturn was a failure, and there's two reasons that I point out for this. Sega just announced their gaming console at $399 US, and this was Sony announcing their price for the PlayStation.
$299.
Now, there was a gem in the form of Nights into Dreams, but since Sonic was essentially the reason people bought a Genesis, it really hurt the Saturn. Now, STI wanted to make a Sonic game for the console with the Nights into Dreams game engine. If you don't know who or what STI is, they were the team that brought us Sonic 2, 3, and Knuckles. So obviously STI was fully qualified at making Sonic games. The issue was Yuji Naka, the director of Sonic, felt that only Sonic Team should make a 3D Sonic game. Huh. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for everyone's favorite game show. Or else, Hindsight Situations, with our contestant, this random guy that we totally did not kidnap and force on our show. Please help me. Question number 1. Would you rather potentially lose your job on a whim because you let your feelings get in the way, or just let another team who's completely qualified make the game and possibly save your job? That's a stupid question. I'm sorry, sir. You're too late. But time's up. In the dungeon you go. There's a dungeon? Wait. So, your dungeon is just a laundry room? Don't judge me! I'm not judging, okay? Can I at least continue talking about the stupid game? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Okay, thank you. The difference between me and Naka is that he's actually made video games, and I'm just some random person on the internet talking about them. So I'm not trying to disrespect Naka in any way, but I think Honestly, this was a bad decision by him in hindsight. Yes, it worked out for Sega later on, but things could have gone south really fast for Naka and Sega. Hey, an octopus that looks like a tater tot. Thankfully, there was a new project that formed with the name Sonic Adventure, because Naka felt like he had let the fans down and wanted to make it up to us by creating the ultimate Sonic game. And it was supposed to be in 3D as well. Finally! The first 3D Sonic game! Ow! The Saturn's limited capabilities made it difficult to develop. Dang it! I think I can escape. Another glimmer of hope appeared, though. President of Sega informed Naka about the Saturn successor, the Dreamcast, and was finally released in 1998, December 23rd in Japan, but it had several glitches and issues that Sega team members actually had to fly over to the US and patch the game. Hey guys, I finally made it past the guard dog. The game finally released on September 9th, 1999 in North America and September 23rd, 1999 in Europe, and an international version was released also for Japan that had the patched game. So, what did the Saturn get in terms of Sonic games? Why do I hear ghost music? Well, it's better than nothing, I guess. Sonic Adventure is a game with 6 playable characters that tell the same main plot, but with different experiences of what the characters are going through. I've always loved this form of storytelling because it makes the world feel huge and expansive. You can explore the adventure fields given to you, which is essentially a hub world, and you can find upgrades that help you progress or at least make the game easier. However, some levels require you to find keys, and if you're not paying attention to the cutscenes in any way, you won't know where to find them unless you've played the game before. Except this key. I had to look up a guide just for this key. The main story is about
Chaos, the god of destruction!
Thanks, Eggman. Anything else you want to add to that? I'm gonna ignore you now. You crazy. So Eggman is trying to control
Chaos!
by feeding him emeralds so he can get bigger and
Together, we'll destroy Station Square. And on its ruins, I'll build Robotnik Land, the ultimate city, where I will rule it all!
I don't think Eggman thought out his plans very well. How on earth does he plan on controlling a deity with the temper of a toddler throwing a tantrum? So naturally, Sonic and Tails try to keep the emeralds away from Chaos and Eggman. And, honestly, they're doing a miserable job. Sonic is pretty obvious how to play his stages if you've ever played a Sonic game at all. It's similar to the other games before this except in a 3D space. Sonic moves fast and you try to not die while you get to the end of the level. Now, there are some extra things that they add within the game. Despite upgrades like Lightspeed Dash not always working the way you want, most of these levels are actually pretty fun. Except this level. I hate this level. The only casino level that was ever good to me in the history of Sonic was in Sonic 2. This level goes against everything that Sonic is, was, and always will be. And I always hate coming here whenever I play. It's the most tedious level ever. Tails! In his style of gameplay, you race against Sonic. But because Sonic is faster than you, you have to use your greatest asset. Cheating! These levels aren't really that bad, they're just short.
This is Knuckles, and I'm back. I've been waiting for a while, and I'm back to kick some butt. I shall find the master
Most Sonic fans, like myself, agree that the Knuckles and Ridge stages were the worst part about Sonic Adventure 2. They were tedious and oftentimes long. And that was a sequel! How bad are the stages in the original game? Knuckles' story consists of Knuckles wondering why he was given the task of guarding the Master Emerald. Until suddenly the Master Emerald breaks and we see chaos. And we have to find the emerald pieces. What's this I'm feeling? I'm actually having fun. And I want to explore the levels, which was the original intention of the Knuckles stages. And it doesn't feel tedious and boring at all, finding these emerald pieces. These are actually good. What the heck happened in SA2? The story concludes with Knuckles repairing the Master Emerald and having a newfound respect for his duty as the protector of the Master Emerald. Amy. I absolutely adore Amy. Her story is that she rescues a bird that a robot wants because it has won the emeralds. And you have to run away from Creepy Stalker Robot. I've always liked these levels because it shows that even though Amy isn't necessarily as strong as her friends, she can hold her own. And at the end of her story, you get into a final battle with Creepy Stalker Robot because it punched the bird you were helping in the face. So, you get your revenge. And you have to beat the tar out of them! Take that! Next time you hit a bird, yeah! Girl power! E102 Gamma. E102 Gamma, in my personal opinion, has the best story arc in the whole entire game. Eggman has created a brand new robot. Now, E102 Gamma's gameplay is basically a 3D run and gun, and you blast the enemies to smithereens so that you can get more time in the level. If you have multiple enemies locked on at once, it acts as a multiplayer, and your time will increase a lot more versus just spamming the fire button. Honestly, the only time you really need to perfect this skill is in Hot Shelter, which is the last level of the game. E102 Gamma is tasked with finding a frog that has one of the Chaos Emeralds. After Gamma presents it to Eggman, he's tasked with getting the bird that Amy has, and with Amy's awesome skills of persuasion,
Give me the bird.
No way!
decides to defy his programming and become a good guy. After deciding this, he decides that he needs to save his brothers by destroying them so they no longer hurt anyone. At least that's how I interpreted it. And they're not that hard. The last boss is with E101 Mark II, and wanted revenge on Gamma. Once you finally defeat Gamma, Gamma has let his guard down, and before exploding, MK2 decides to cheap shot us, and it got us good. But before exploding, he sees the parent of the bird, and decides to look at the picture of the family together he has before his final explosion. Well, that's the end of this video, guys. See ya! Sixth character? I don't know anything about a sixth character. Why do you want to know about the sixth character? What are you trying to get out of me? I don't know anything about the sixth character. Okay, just stop doing the scary voice. Okay? Alright already! Big the Cat. I really hate these levels. I like the character Big the Cat. He's fun and his story is fun. But in between it all, I just hate these levels. For the longest time, I couldn't even figure out how to catch Froggy. But I suppose it's time to face my fears. Now, okay, so the story is about how Froggy swallowed the Chaos Emerald, or Chaos controls Froggy. I'm uncertain, and Big the Cat doesn't know what social distancing is, so he chases Froggy and tries to get him. This requires that you fish for him. Yay! These rings over here adds to your weight, and you try to make yourself heavier somehow. And you cast your line. Now you can fish for other fish, not just Froggy. But I normally don't, because if this line breaks, you have to start all over. Come on! No! Now, the way I think you're supposed to do this, without totally looking it up. Hey, just gonna stop looking. There's nothing to see here. Stop it! Go! You get Froggy to bite on the line by wiggling the hook next to Froggy after he notices it, and then, after you successfully get him to bite, you do your best to reel in the frog. The best way to teach somebody to do that is just imagine that one episode where Mr. Krabs fishes for SpongeBob. And, wait, I did it? I did it? I did it! I did it! I did it! Cameraman! I did it! Wow! I finally beat Big the Cat! Oh, that's great! Who the heck are you? Now that I beat the first level of Big the Cat, I'm confident that I can beat the rest of Big the Cat. Dang it. So Kitty eventually catches up to Froggy while completely defying social distancing some more and gets his friend back. And then Chaos pulls a jerk move and decides to kidnap Froggy to get his tail in the emerald. With this, you get into the most epic boss fight ever. It's so intense that anyone who's even slightly faint of heart should look away. I'ma get him! I'ma get him! Oh. What? Yeah! Take that! Just made out of liquid! So, I did it! Hooray! During the story, each character gets taken back in time, and you see the backstory of Chaos and why he's so mad. Chaos was just trying to protect the Chow. These cute little things. And Tikel was trying to keep the peace between Chaos and the tribe. But her tribe ends up destroying this place where the Chow played. Who could blame Chaos for being angry? So now you have the objective of beating the tar out of Chaos to get him to calm down after becoming supersonic. The only time I ever faced Perfect Chaos was in Sonic Generations, so seeing the original boss fight and its original... Okay, the DX version of the original form of this boss battle is actually pretty magical, because I've never seen this before. So, it's special. It does look outdated. And it is weird to look at. The DX version doesn't help. It honestly just makes things worse to me. But there's still so much charm in this game. It's an amazing experience and proves that just because something's old doesn't mean you can't have a good time no matter how dated it gets. Like Grandma! Hey, so almost the end of the year. It's almost 2021. Maybe I can finally go outside again.
12 seconds later.
So it looks like I'm still stuck in here talking about stupid video games.